We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, May 15. Ordaining Leaders. That thou shouldst set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city, as I have appointed thee. Titus 1:5. By 1851, the problems among the growing Sabbatarian congregations led the whites to believe that the movement required their personal presence from time to time to correct abuses. The next few years would see their reports in the review with such titles as Our Tour East. During their journeys, the whites repeatedly dealt with fanaticism and church order at the congregational level. At a conference in Medford, Massachusetts in late 1851, for example, James stated that, quote, the burden of the meeting was church order, pointing out the errors of S. Smith, H.W. Allen, and the importance of church action, withdrawing fellowship as to the course of some brethren, end quote. At various locations on the same tour, White reported disfellowshipping one who had fallen a victim to the bewitching power of spiritualism, of rebuking fanaticism and opposing spirits, and of speaking about gospel order and perfect union among the brethren, especially those who preach the word. The 1851 Eastern Tour is also significant since accounts of it provide our first information on the appointment of officers at the local church level. Thus, we read that in one meeting a committee of 7 was chosen, see Acts 16, to attend to the wants of the poor. Early that year, the Review reported for the first time an ordination in Sabbatarian ranks. In July, Brother Washington Morris was set apart by the laying on of hands to the administration of the ordinances of God's house. The Holy Ghost, witnessed by the gift of tongues and solemn manifestations of the presence and power of God. The place was awful, yet glorious. By 1851, the Sabbatarians had come to see themselves less as a scattered flock and more as a church, and with a reinterpretation of the shut door, they began to recognize that they had a large mission beyond the realm of Millerism. Such realizations would add their weight in pressing the Sabbatarians toward a more substantial organization. Lord, day by day, as we read and meditate, we see your church gradually waking up to its larger and larger responsibilities. Help us to regard that waking up not only as something that happened 150 years ago, but as an event that needs to take place in our personal lives as you progressively guide us as individuals. This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.